Welcome back to Dr. Stone Anime Review, episode number 12. This one we're discussing the 32nd episode of the anime, Final Battle. This one adapts chapters 75 and 76 of the manga. Yeah, not much left of the arc itself. There's only like 6 chapters left, and there's technically 3 episodes left. So, are we still going to get 2 chapters per episode? That's what it looks like to me. Yes. Now, the way this one starts off, like, okay, we have the recap of this one finding out about the cell phone planted underneath the grave of Sengoku's grave. Sengoku's group basically, they have a bit of a recap in a way, like, basically of how Sengoku got to the location where he currently is, where apparently was some rainfall and apparently flooded him to some different place in Japan. Now, the thing is, they don't really say exactly where in Japan they are. They're still technically in Japan because of the Buddha statue, and the fact there's sakura trees. And they also mentioned the first season that the original sakura trees have since gone extinct, but technically it's still in Japan. Where in Japan? Don't know. So that they show how got to the spot he was basically when he first woke up in the stone world. So after that, then they show, like, okay, they're basically about to launch their attack, the 20-second battle, which takes up about 5 minutes of the anime. Like, they're all rushing to get there, and they go on the steam gorilla tank, and they're able to go through most of the traps no problem until they get to, I think it's like second to last trap where they chip over. But everybody else basically just beats up all the guards. Like, none of this was... Well, they don't kill them per se. Just beat them up, tie them up. And they also use sort of a sonic bomb to basically knock them unconscious. Interesting tactic. They use first, they say, oh yeah, it's a copper plate. It looks like a freaking satellite dish you see for a TV. Yeah. And they put this like little, like, almost like a cartoonish style bomb like in the middle. And that makes a sound effect. And the second time, they actually do it twice in the episode. First time, it goes no problem. Second, the thing is ripped, so everyone's like, cover your ears. So Tendra, who was voiced in the dub by Rico Fujiro, he decided to basically use his own voice, because it's pretty loud itself, to basically yell at the damn thing and knock everybody out. And it does shake up the little cup that's inside of there, but it doesn't knock it over, surprisingly. And then, like, half of the episode, they got the cave. No problem. It only took about 5 minutes. Yeah, it took like 5 minutes. Like, damn, that was really quick. And we see Tundra's reaction to see... we see Chrome's reaction to see, I guess, to the cave for the first time with Kohaku. Yeah, these two have never been to this cave before. And the case of Todro and Senku, they haven't been to this cave since, like, the first arc of the series. Well, actually, since, like, the second arc, I think it was, when they first introduced the main villain in this first half of the series. Yeah. So they got through no problem, and then, like, they're all celebrating, I think they won, and, of course, the reporter that's there, she was going to tattle on them so she could be Tezuka's woman, but she's stopped by Usuru, and then Nikki the guard shows up and stops her by tickling her. Yes, tickling her. Knocks her unconscious, and of course, her guards with her easily taken out by Nikki's group. And then of course, like, look like they won. And then Tsujima shows up, stabs Uru, I think it looks like in the belly. Don't worry, he still survives. As far as I can tell, he's still alive in the manga, so don't worry, he doesn't die here. So basically, Jojo thinks basically at one point when they try to have him offer his life in order to save everybody else, so it goes like, well, it's similar to that, but not exactly. And mostly people were just building toward the very end of this arc. So, also, yeah, that's pretty much it as far as it get a chance to extend. One of the best things about this episode is to see Tajiro in action for the first time. Yeah, because he's not been seen in action since, like, the third arc of the anime. Yeah, it's been that far back. It's been like a good almost 30 episodes since he actually did anything in the series. Because it seems like after the third arc of the series, he just basically got written off briefly. Him and the woman he's in love with. And of course they come back. I love the brief little scene of Yoshiro and Kohaku's sister basically briefly. They don't speak, but it's great to see these two interact with each other. Two women who know Sengoku really well. One of whom was actually married to him. Yep. But this overall was a really good episode, and definitely looking forward to next week. Now, next week's episode is going to be the third to last episode of the season, because they said this season is going to be 11 episodes, and I don't really know why. It's kind of weird. Next week's episode is called Destroy and to Save. Yep, and that's pretty much it for this particular review. It's a good episode. Definitely looking forward to next week. So, yeah, that's a particular review. Now, I do have a couple comic cards I want to do, but I'm going to hold off on those just for a bit. Because next, I'm going to be discussing Quintessa Quintuplets. Yeah, first in the season, I actually will discuss this anime the day it comes out. Yep. But this next video. Bye.